Hey y'all, it's Amanda. I'm out in the front yard today and we're going to be changing over from the fall garden to the winter garden. Okay, so from far away, it probably looks pretty good. When you get up closer to the garden, you realize that it's already been kissed by frost or freeze. And there's a lot of damage on a lot of things. This is actually way further into November that we still have warmer weather. I'm in shorts and a t-shirt. It's like 85 degrees outside. Very unusual for us at this time of the year. But I want to go ahead and get my winter annuals in for two reasons. First of all our nurseries are selling out of all the winter annuals, so I needed to get them while I could. Secondly, I know that colder weather is coming, and I know I don't want to be outside planting pansies when my hands are freezing. So I really want to go ahead and get a kickoff on this. So let me take you through the front of this garden just so you can see the last of these beautiful flowers. I'll let you know which ones I grew myself, and then we're going to rip them out and we're going to start planting. Okay, there's a little sneak peek at all the flowers that I've picked up so far. Now we're going to pull all the pumpkins out and I will take them to my friend Crystal, who has donkeys, and her donkeys love pumpkins and gourds as treats. Have a lot of vinca in here, and you can see the areas where the vinca has been kind of kissed by the frost. You can also see we had a lot of coleus in there that's now dying back in different places because of the cooler weather. Back here, we're also going to be cleaning up this area, which is containers. And you can see the sunflowers are dying back, the coleus is dying back. Even the petunias right there, a lot of the leaves don't look very good. So we're going to be cleaning that up as well. Probably going to leave the mums for a little bit longer until they go dormant. We'll leave them up, but you can see like some of the vincas, how they're not looking super great at this point. We'll say the marigolds are still hanging on a little bit. They're looking pretty good. All of this coleus has damaged foliage from the freeze and stuff, so we want to go ahead and clean all that up. I am going to at a later point be digging up this gorgeous dahlia. Look at this. Dahlias love the cooler weather. This gorgeous dahlia, this is called Garden Wonder. It's been glorious. Over here, we have a lot more vinca across the front that's all going to come out. I want to cut back some of this other stuff. Basically just really giving myself a nice, clean canvas to work with. So let's go ahead and get started pulling all of that out. Okay, I'm going to switch over to these containers right here. There's a series of 3 containers, and I typically do really large displays like what you're seeing. This year I don't want to do that. I want to keep it low and simple so I can see more of what's going on with my porch decor behind it. So we're going to be pulling a lot of these out. This will be really interesting because y'all know how I am, and I have jam-packed a lot of plants in here. And I really want to clean them out and have a fresh start with something a little more simple so I can show off my front porch that I just really enjoy working on each season. All right, I think I'm going to leave this creeping Jenny here just because it's a perennial. And I know that this guy could last, but he's so big and so overgrown because I used him for the whole fall. And pull him out. All right, we are going to leave the leopard plant in here, and it is actually getting ready to bloom right here. We might trim it back a little bit. Okay. I am going to clean out some of these leaves that are coming really far forward and make some room for the winter annuals so you can actually see them. I'm also going to trim back the ivy. I don't like it to get too long because it will reach the ground and root itself. Just come in and giving it a check over here. Looks okay. Okay, so I really wasn't thinking ahead when I bought these plants. I had a vision of this big container right here just being filled with like simple, you know, maybe just a few clusters of a plant, mainly all one plant for a very simple kind of monochromatic look. And that is not going to be the case, obviously, as I'm going through this, because I have this leopard plant. Kind of regretting the leopard plant. And it's taking a lot for me to not rip the whole thing out. This is an expensive plant that's silly for me to rip it out. I really don't want to move it right now. I could move it to the shade garden, but I'm not going to do that right now. I think it might eventually get moved towards the back here into the back part of the patio or the porch, and I think that would be fine. So I'm going to have to work around this. Like I also said, I don't want a ton of different plants in these containers. So I think in this container right here, I'm going to put all one kind of plant with the leopard plant at the back. In the blue and white, I think I'm going to do some white dianthus mixed with some other simple plant, and then I'm going to do one kind of plant in this container as well. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is really just start by laying out the plants. All of these containers are set up to drip, so I feel good about that. Actually, before I lay out the plants, I think I'll just go ahead and put biotone in each of these so it's already there and ready to go. Okay, I know this looks super simple, especially for me, but this was my goal this year, to go simpler so that the Christmas design that I do on my front porch is more distinctive and shows. So keeping to a pretty kind of cool color palette, grays, whites, purples, magentas, over here blues, even the pinks I have are more cool tone pinks. These pansies are ridiculously gorgeous. Like look at this. So gorgeous. So I've got Alyssum, pansies, violas with the deep blue, some dianthus, some Dusty Miller. That's for a project in the backyard. And I think this is going to be nice because we've got those, and then right here is going to be a massive concentration of color all the way across here, and then we're going to do that some there and some there. But let's get these planted. I got this soil scoop from an estate sale for $3, so I'm kind of excited to give it a try. Dusty Miller has soft, silvery gray foliage that adds bright contrast to garden beds. It grows 6 to 24 inches tall depending on the variety and thrives in full sun to part shade. It's hardy in zones 8 through 10 but commonly grown as an annual. Dark white dianthus produces crisp white blooms on a compact mounded plant. It grows about 6 to 12 inches tall and prefers full sun. It's a cool season annual and short-lived perennial depending on the climate. Purple alyssum forms low mounds of tiny, fragrant purple flowers. It reaches 4 to 8 inches tall and spreads up to 18 inches in sun to part shade. It's hardy in cooler zones and typically grown as an annual. . Dianthus coronet white with purple eye has white petals with a bold purple center for a striking bicolor look. It grows 8 to 10 inches tall and wide and performs best in full sun. It can be considered a hardy annual or perennial in many zones. Okay, I like it. I think that it'll also be really nice to add in some evergreens, some faux floral picks for winter into this as well once I start working on the front porch. Okay, I'm going to make sure I water these in really well. Even if it's winter, you still need to water your container plants in really well. And I think this is all that I'm going to do for today. I've really been working hard to not overdo it, doing small projects each day. And whew, I think these are going to be really lovely, simple. I love the colors. Okay, hope y'all can still see me in the frame. Feeling good about this work. I'm glad I'm doing a little bit of time. And think about this front portion tomorrow. Whether or not I want to do all one flower here, or I want to mix, or if I want to do color blocking, I'm not sure. So I'm think about it tonight, and then tomorrow I'll start to get all of this planted up as well, which I think will be lovely. All right, you all. I had to go put my headband on because I was sweating so much. It was collecting in my glasses when I was looking down. What is your weather like in your area? Are you 85 degrees like we are here? We're expecting quite a bit of rain at the end of the week. I need to get out and harvest the last of my heirloom chrysanthemums. I've got some dahlias. You can see I have some beautiful phlox. I still have some beautiful flowers right now, but after those rains come through, it's going to be a lot of rain, so it's going to damage all those blooms. So I need to harvest them now so I can enjoy them. But still, even with that, it's going to get a little cooler, but not that much cooler. We're going to have a very warm November, so it'll be very interesting because I'm tired. I'm ready for ready for my bed. I'm ready for my garden to go to sleep and for me to start planning for next spring. All right, you all. If you are like me and you are on a gardening journey and you'd like to do that with some friends along the way, check out my Patreon community. The link is in the video description below. There's a free tier you can join in under, and there is one paid tier. The one paid tier is called Certified Mad Gardener, and it gets you access to everything. It gets you access to lives. It gets you access to exclusive videos only available to Certified Mad Gardeners, photo sharing, group chats. It's lovely, so be sure to go check that out. As always, she's a mad gardener or a decorator or anything else that she wants to be. Thanks, y'all.